Kimraha Huladunya, how is everyone? Fauchagu, what means welcome to Olde Scot's Celtic podcast. On today's show in Feuchamaich Beagan Gaidhlig, that's Let's Try a Little Gaelic, we will continue a 25-week beginner Gaelic course with lesson 14, and it's all about needs and wants. Now, we're going to talk about Amelia Earhart's Celtic ties in our Celtic history segment. You'll also hear about the Irish goddess Banbha in everyday Celtic ways. Now, throughout the program, we're going to hear music from Tea with the Maggies, Grania Howland, Julie Fallis, and Monran. And as always, it's a wee bit of Irish trivia to test your knowledge. So which is the old Irish legend about the 4 children that were turned into swans by their wicked stepmother. All right, check out the Ye Olde Facebook group, where you can be a part of the Celtic culture, post memes, give me ideas and tips, even criticism, but be nice. So, Kershmaha, all right then, let's kick this thing off.
Yevan min jing, gunninj mi geven round. Gefallen je ganjen schietje, het skriep door hivlen gauw. De bakkelan je herken, is rutten af a gauw. Skum bien jek blinudan, skum goede eten trouw. Kieten galaf mi kashu slema vaki hernam god. A dollaloch na matigar ashik savoch mor. Va fruach na machasense, swashnjach dit war na lon. Gadiach nicht min dalve ban khofatse vis mit bel. Luranik mi herstig, arstig dun god. A hoekesteik dal mi, so noch go karst smor. Hoekati a bjerstje miri a stof. Gushi sin je vocht nur gag, sin de wach asjers plaats nem vol. Gaven karapat dolle leins naar nei horgen doe. Washing grishin kjarsje weg, op blassa der stu kruai. Gundanik benne masje, smut jallare van gorst. Gaan in hingum pamatan, rage gintje huan. Nur hopi mag go fashion jak, shinjash de loch de ski. Snur hoshi kurna mar orn beva vi et chi. Bamishe mar fakach, Spanjar am stri. Sen dramagal min kjarste weg, betulig jallig shin. On jere svai shetje garn gehoftes tjena per. Washin jular beter gøynar skine gedalar. Rishi es kan klashi lei, smoit skalke garst. Vakura mer kan ja fakin nakchile gikpra. Shin loch bestog, let jan die is arst. Hoek mi leu ma vakichen, is haar mi assevat. Gaan aan inse na patintje, keterach in je rente gerst. Hoe het mi kattel zachter aan het dag i gunje koos. Ik masha keruot ma gragare, or nog die karstjes gos. Gumme fatte slani, or spajali na toy. Kalero en andere nog gegaten geloch moe. Men kriach nicht mehr en door en schalke niet meer geven door. En maandag hiel mi gachi agus pochtel na mo vol. Krenjich schien na karsten, geparty ek ak schors. Es kara hune hanekling, a chanje geloch moe.
That was Turtis San Loch More by Julie Fowlis. And now, Han, Tom, and Feuchamaich, Beck, and Gaidhlig, it's time for Let's Try a Little Gaidhlig. Now, I am not an authority on the Gaelic language, I just love learning it. I struggle like most learners, and I want to help. What I teach comes from well-respected Gaelic teachers, so I hope you will find it interesting, informative, and fun. I also display on the screen what I'm discussing so you can follow along. Now today, we'll be in our 25-part Gaelic lesson, and we'll be in lesson 14, which is expressing needs and wants. And to start off, we're going to start off with fit, which is need, and fit me, which means may I, and then the affirmative answer would be fitty, or the negative answer would be han fit. Now, the negative interrogative or negative question would be nach fit me, may I not. Alright, we'll move on. And fet me fallaf, may I leave? And then han fet, no. And fet me a dol yan tai vek, may I go to the toilet? Fetty, yes. And fet me tea ol, may I drink tea? Han fet, no. Harsan nach fet me tea ol, why can't I drink tea? Ersum gumveil u dona, because you are bad. Wow. Harsh punishment. And fet me cake ihe, may I eat cake? Fete, yes. And fet Ian adyo yaki, may Ian go home? Feti, yes. Wow. Kind of just rolls off the tongue. Now we're going to move on to ear, which is want. Okay. Ear is ask, which is the imperative. Ach iri, asking, which is the present participle. Yiri, yiri me, I asked. Kadal yiri me, I did not ask. Andal yir me, did I ask? Nocdal yir me, didn't I ask? Alright. The verb ear, when used with the verb to be, means to want. So, we're going to run through a few of these. Hamia gerdi kupa tea. I want a cup of tea. Vamia gerdi kupa tea. I was wanting a cup of tea, but now I don't. Velu geri kupa tea. Do you want a cup of tea? And Nachro mia geri kupa tea. Didn't I want a cup of tea? Alright. The verb ear means, when used alone, means to ask for. Now note that this construction, the verb is always followed by the pronoun ersen, which means for. So, ear me ersen kupa tea? I asked for a cup of tea. Kado ear me ersen kupa tea? I did not ask for a cup of tea. Dude, make up your mind. And year me ersen kupa tea? Did I ask for a cup of tea? Nach do year me ersen kupa tea? Didn't I ask for a cup of tea? Wow. Alright. And there you have it. Now, you can move that around and use it in different contexts and stuff, but follow the rules and you'll be just fine. And we got 6 sentences for you to translate to help you with this. And we're going to start off with number 1. Fet me adol yan vu. 2. Ka fit u adol. 3. Ha mi ageri adol yan vu. 4. Have fit. 5. Amvelu legeri kupati. And 6. Kadal yarmi ersen kupati. Alright, that's it for Feuchamaich, Beck, and Gaidhlig.
Well, it's fairly well, my true love. The song is in the air. I hear the west a-calling. See what's for me there. With the sun I'm leaving. I'll be Montana bound. Ain't no use in grieving. I'll show you what I found. Show you what I found. Yes, some folk have it easy. At least that's how it seems. Reach up and pick an apple. Reach up and find a dream. Some travel in the darkness and rest upon the shade. Some wrestle with their demons and face them unafraid. We argue for our better selves. We only ask for more. We take the mirror from the shelf and find the open door. Find the open door. I love you with a fever. I love you with a past. My heart is a keeper as long as it will last. As long as it will last. I'll tell you what I know. We walk this road together. We walk this road alone.
Alright, that was The Open Door by Monran. Now today on the Celtic History Break, we're going to talk about Amelia Earhart, yes, the famous aviation pioneer, and her Celtic connections. Now, Amelia Earhart was an early American aviation pioneer and author. She was the first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, and was also a member of the National Woman's Party, and an early supporter of equal rights for women. Now, her first flight across the Atlantic was undertaken with Wilmer Stultz and Lewis Gordon, and after departing from Trepassey Harbor, Newfoundland, in a Fokker F-type on June 17, 1928, she landed at Pwyll near Buryport, South Wales. That's after 20 hours and 40 minutes of flight. Now, for the past 90 years, the people of this part of Wales have commemorated her achievement, and so proud are they of this connection to the American aviator that a rivalry has developed between the Carmarthenshire villages of Buryport and its neighbor Pwyll, just 2 miles away, as both Welsh villages claim to be the place where Amelia Earhart actually touched down to become the first woman to fly the Atlantic. Now, she subsequently undertook a solo transatlantic flight in May 1932. And Amelia Earhart set off from Harbor Grace, Newfoundland, and with the intention of flying to Paris, in her single-engine Lockheed Vega 5B. But in doing so, she was hoping to emulate the flight of Charles Lindbergh, who had done it in 1927. Now, Amelia Earhart, she didn't land in Paris, though, but she landed in a pasture in Culmore in Derry, in the north of Ireland. Now, this was after she had to contend with weather conditions and mechanical problems, but she fought through it and she did great. Now, on landing, a surprised farm worker asked, "Have you flown far?" To which she replied, "I'm just in from America." Sadly, during an attempt to circumnavigate the globe a few years later in 1937, Amelia Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan disappeared. Fascination with her life and career and disappearance continues to this day, though. But she leaves her legacy as the first woman to fly across the Atlantic and as an inspirational figure for generations of women to come. Now, certainly, the people of Phyll and Buryport in South Wales and the people of Culmore and Derry in the north of Ireland are rightfully proud of their own special connection with Amelia Earhart, because each town, each place has plaques and things dedicated to Amelia Earhart, which I think is pretty cool. Right, because I have kind of a connection to her too. I wrote a story about her called Aviatrix, and it's kind of a sci-fi historical thing, and but we can get into that later. I hope you all enjoyed Celtic History Break.
Farflek agus fralik a shomana halna sé donal na grenia gola tigre ya khai het shakten an gola dilan agus na tchineller baniji heller Dal het sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gas donal na glenya gas donal na grenia Nílíon van a gorci náú leis a goman na chalíní agus single is pás am réicus am malú leis anna seachtain na bladar is brega ach trí scéalta. Dal het sé sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gus donal na glenya gus donal na grenia Is taljer is scoor is printer my nuair é donal na grenia chum het sé ver sa búr agus slapi a jannig a tapi is prishi braniata a cracan na gerach. Dal het sé sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gus donal na glenya gus donal na grenia Honna vadaliam rahas pavrabolja wata in Amshirin egans kursal het sé kid for a havel da arela Louis la wada la Hollister train war na Hercules gregach. Dal het sé sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gus donal na glenya gus donal na grenia Ta donal mishkis a fani college kis na liania beki ta donal mishkis a fani college kis na pashia beki Dal het sé sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gus donal na glenya gus donal na grenia Farflek agus fralik a shomana halna sé donal na grenia gola tigre ya khai het sé shaktan a gola dilan agus na tchineller baniji heller Dal het sé sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gus donal na glenya gus donal na grenia Nílíon van a gorci náú leis a goman na chalíní agus single is pás am réicus am malú leis anna seachtain na bladar is brega ach trí scéalta Dal het sé sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gus donal na glenya gus donal na grenia Ta donal mishkis a fani college kis na liania beki ta donal mishkis a fani college kis na pashia beki Dal het sé sta me wa helga chuta salenia donal na genya gus donal na glenya gus donal na grenia Woo!
Alright, that was Donald McGrain by Grania Holland. And now it's time for Everyday Celtic Ways. Today we're going to talk about the Irish goddess Banbha, or Banbha. The Irish goddess of sovereignty protects the land of the Irish people. Now, Ireland could have ended up as Banbha land, but another aspect of this triple goddess, Eru, gave the Celts the name of their country. Banbha was the goddess wife of King Macula, the ruler of Tuath Danann, the ancient civilization of Ireland that was defeated by the Celts, or as they were called in legends, the Milesians. Now all three of the Irish goddesses, Banbha, Eru, and Fodla, asked that the land be named after them. And it seems the Celts liked Eru land, or Erie, best because Banbha was a skilled musician who used her powers to protect her people and her land. And in a way, she is a goddess of protection. Banbha, as the queen of the Tuath Danann people, went out to meet the Milesian invaders when they first came to Ireland and tried to defeat them with her magic. She was not able to overcome them, and the Milesian invasion succeeded. And it's all told in the Book of Invasions, because they're one of the invasions, the Milesians. But it wasn't without a fight. Now, just as she and her husband sought to protect her land from the invading Milesians, Banbha can help you to protect what you value. Banbha can inspire your leadership, and with her help you can learn to lead people as they work together and protect their way of life, as she did for Ireland. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, if you want to, check more into the Irish goddess Banbha, but a lot of her exploits are told in what's called the Lar Gabalan Arian, which is the Irish Book of Invasions. Alright, that's it for Everyday Celtic Ways. Alright, that was Wedding Dress by Tea and the Maggies, or Tea with the Maggies, I'm sorry. Well, that's it for today's show. I hope you liked it. Trying to keep it interesting, informative, and fun while showing you the beauty of all things Celtic. Top Leva Herchin. That's thank you, my friends. But now, before I let you go, the trivia question answer. The old Irish legend called the Children of Lear had the 4 children of an Irish king turned into swans by their wicked stepmother, all so she could have the king all to herself. Isn't that pretty selfish? Yeah. Well, remember to check out my YouTube channel, Yield Scott. It's got Learn a Gaelic song videos, Celtic podcast videos, speaking our language videos, Celtic movies, music, and plenty more. My Facebook group, Yield Scott, where you can give me your insights and input on all things Celtic. So, Martian leaving Drozda. Bye for now, but I'm not going to let you go with a song. And this is a real toe tapper. It's a tune set by Julie Fallis, and it's the Thatcher, Peter Burns the Tripper. All right, enjoy.